Hi, I'm Life Coach Landry, and the topic is home loans. This is segment 2 of my home loan informational kind of guide about loans. Okay, this one is going to be 10 things you should know about home loans when you're ready to actually apply. Okay, purchasing a house is always a pleasure, right? Home loans are devoted to helping people purchase a property or improving their estate. Banks offer different types of home loans, and I went over that in my last segment, and there's a multitude of differences in rates and whatnot, but I'm going to tell you the things, 10 things you need to be prepared for once you're ready to apply for the loan. Okay, number one, I want you to get prepared for the down payment. Okay, a down payment is an amount of money which is made by a purchaser, at the very beginning of the deal. It covers approximately 5 to 25% of the total cost. The remaining 95 to 75% settles the lending at the lending institution that's going to lend you the money. Okay, some people aren't ready for the down payment, and they start looking for money impulsively. Don't let this payment unsettle you, and start saving on it as soon as possible if you're ready to buy a home, because the best way to save on a down payment lies in redirecting some amount of money from your paycheck to the saving account, right? And that's what you want to do. You want to look at how much you're putting in the savings, and as you're saving, you want to move some of that over, because you're going to save more money in the long term on a loan that you put a good down payment on. Okay. Number two, know your credit score. This is easy. You can get a credit score. You can go to free credit. I think it's free credit score. I think usgov.com or something like that. Just Google it. Free credit score. There's probably 3 or 4 sites that offer it now, and you can get a score. And what you want to know is your credit score, a specific 3-digit number which defines your credit worthiness to the lenders. Okay, and there's 5 components such as payment history, current debts, etc. Okay, your FICO scoring system is extensively used amongst lenders and financial bureaus. Okay, so according to the system, the best credit score for applying for a home loan is 700 and above. When you're below that, you're considered a medium risk. Okay, so though you still have a chance to get an approval, but with fair or bad credit, but your chances come down significantly. So know this information. So in case you're getting, certain kind of loan back only, you're not totally shocked. You're already expecting this and you're okay with it. You've accepted that because you've seen your FICO score. Okay. Number 3, I want you to put documents in order. Okay. Once you've decided to apply for the home loan, start collecting your documents. It's always better to have your papers prepared beforehand. Okay. Generally, banks are going to require that your last 2 pay stubs, your most recent W-2, your current bank and brokerage statements, and your last 2 years of tax returns to apply for a loan. Okay, so know that and have that prepared. Okay. What am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, I want you to use a mortgage calculator. I said this in my last segment. I want you to Google mortgage calculator. Okay, get used to mortgage calculators. They're handy tools, and they're going to help you determine your monthly repayments, and they're going to show all the variables that can go into it. And they're easy, but they show you an overall picture within probably $100 of where your payment's going to be. Okay, so I want you to get out there and use a mortgage calculator. Number 5, I want you to manage to choose profitable offers. Okay, to make this make sense, not every bank will offer the same terms and conditions of a home loan. Okay, believe it or not, just because your credit and everything's the same to every bank, they will offer you different things. That's why it's important to involve your critical thinking and choose the offer that's most affordable, interest rate, points, and fees for you personally and what you're trying to do. Okay. Next, I want you to watch interest rates. Interest rates are the decisive factor of your payments and your history, as they tend to change over the years. Thus, keep an eye on the tendency of their changes in your loan. So look for small print and ask your lender, is this a variable? Is this a fixed? Is this a 10-year and then it balloons? Make sure you find out what kind of loan you're being offered. You want the typical 30-year fixed. If you're a typical American making a typical average salary, that's going to be what's most comfortable and average for most people out there. Okay. And next, I want you to ask for pre-qualification. Pre-qualification is a simple process which requires basic information of your income, your savings to obtain Okay, once you get pre-qualified, the picture of available sum of money you can borrow and type of loan becomes very, very clear and what you're really looking at. So if you were sitting there going, I'm gonna go out there and buy myself a $800,000 home, and then you do your pre-qualifications, you're like, we can only afford $160,000. When you go shopping for homes, you're not letting yourself down. You're setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. Be realistic. Get some pre-qualification information. It'll really help you out. Be realistic about what you and maybe your wife or your wife and maybe her kid, or if you're a woman, single mom, if you're an older couple, things like this are really going to help you single in where you need to be looking at, okay? Next, I want you to get clarity. Every single loan includes specific terms and options. Knowing them all guarantees you have some restful sleep and stress-free days. If you know all home loan details, you won't likely fall into any kind of trap, okay? And I'm going to go in FHA. I'm going to specifically talk about that in my next segment, specifics that they don't tell you about FHA loans openly, okay? Next, I want you to know it's about being prompt, okay? The moral of this part is simple. The faster you provide your lender with required additional information, the higher chances of getting a loan are. Any delay can cause an easy refusal by them, because that's how these people work. They work within 30-day to 31-day segments. If it's day 25 and you give them a document 5 days late, they may say, we have to start all over. Your interest rate, your rules, your conditions could be completely different. So be responsible and be respectful about when your lender's asking you for information. Okay. Next, don't lose your reputation. During the application process, try not to lower your credit score. I talked about this in my last segment, meaning don't close any accounts and don't open any new accounts. Okay. And a real simple rule to know if you're doing something that affects your credit, if it requires your driver's license or your social security, it can hurt your credit, good or bad, So you could have a higher chance of getting closer to your dream. So avoid applying for a loan or postponing your monthly payments or opening new bank cards, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So this should give you, some quick, simple information that, most people look for, but it's not really just openly available to people. And it's good to hear it from somebody else who has a lot of financial success, trying to clear the way so that people aren't taking advantage of you, okay? So I hope this information was helpful to you. And if you want to book a personal session to talk about your finances, you can contact me at the email below. And if you just want to show your appreciation for the value of this message, you can click on the donation link below and donate that way. So I will talk to you soon.